guys, welcome back to a video on a car that you probably thought you'd never see again. So, if you're new to the channel, about 2 years ago I made a video on getting this 1973 Corvette running for the first time in 25 years, 30 years, something like that. And it didn't really go as planned, so the engine had a knock, and again, this car is not mine, I cannot sell it to you, but it had a knock and the owner and I had to decide what to do. Now, I don't usually have cars for 2 years. That's not how I do business. But I first want to thank Ron, the owner, for being very patient with me. But when I got to working on this car, it was right at that critical point in my life where the family was selling one house and moving to another. And because of that, I didn't want to take this car all the way apart and lose all the pieces. And so I had to get my old house ready for sale, had to sell that, had to move all my stuff here, had to build a shop, had to get the shop ready, and then finally, it is time to work on this car once again. It's also not all my fault. The engine builder, who did a really good job, did take quite a while. I had to wait for the transmission to get rebuilt. I had to wait months and months for a camshaft. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, now we're gonna get back to the video where we talk about this car and how it went from a knocking old engine to everything mechanically, all brand new underneath the hood. So again, it's not my car, I cannot sell it to you, but please enjoy this video, the first time this car drives in a long time, a very long time. So just like that, the engine was taken out of the car and it was disassembled in my shop. We took it all apart, every single piece came apart, ripped it down to the short block, took the pistons out, took the crank out, took the cam out, took the bearings out. We really didn't find anything that was like a super smoking gun when it came to the knocking noise that we heard. But the engine was just worn out. Like everything on the engine was just worn out. And ended up crating it up, taking it to the machine shop, and then 3 or 4 months later we got it all back and pretty and put it together. And from there we put it back in the car. One of the things that we had to wait on was a camshaft. I'm not going to name the company, but ended up waiting 3 months for a cam that never showed up, canceled it, and then went with a different one. So that was a big headache, but we got it all back together, and here is the first fire of the new engine. I have a rebuild kit for that shifter.
Clutch is kind of fuzzy.
In what way?
Needs to be burned off a little bit.
I cleaned everything off with brake clean.
That does have a nice club crash.
Yeah, it's nice. So go ahead and turn right, and we'll just drive to the end and then come back. That's annoying that the gas gauge isn't showing. Of course, it only has 3 gallons. Don't kill the power steering pump now. That drives nice.
It does.
Yeah.
Just shitty here. Pretty good, man, for fourth and second.
Well, I redid the upper ball joints, and I redid the bushings on the upper controllers. I haven't touched the lowers, and it obviously needs some lowers and some tie rod ends and everything. You know, it needs everything. We'll get there. Huh? You pick. You guys see all the rust come out of that exhaust? I think we're gonna have to do exhaust one of those days. But the Midas touch is what makes that exhaust. Well, I'm waiting for him to come back. We have a buddy. What's up, buddy? No? Okay. We gotta get those belts fixed. Is it happy?
Very good.
Alright. Alright, let's go back home.
Still need some minor adjustments.
Oh, they always do that.